Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at the Armored NACRASENA Guardian raid of Lost Ark. This is the first available raid of Tier 3 and it's one that I've run into recently, so I figured I'd make a guide on it. In this video we'll go over the mechanics and attack patterns of Armored NACRASENA and include some tips at the end. Armored NACRASENA's main mechanic is a double armor break. If you stagger him enough throughout the fight, he'll go into a weakened state where you can then use weak point skills to break off his armor. Later in the fight, you can then do stagger skills again to get him into a weakened state and then chop off his tail. Usually, however, you'll finish the fight before the tail is cut, especially in a group of 4. You can also elect to carry a whirlwind grenade for the staggers and a destruction bomb for the weak point. In addition to the armor break mechanic, Armored NACRASENA also has an electric charge mechanic where he will ball up and then start charging. You'll need to use your stagger skills in order to break this so that he does not gain the third electrical charge. If he does, his attack patterns will be faster and more powerful, and also some moves will be altered. In addition to this, once he reaches the third electric charge, he will unleash a massively powerful attack that could one-shot your entire party, so just make sure you use your stagger skills. Now for the attack patterns, as with all Guardian raids, Armored NACRASENA has a counterable charge attack where they will glow blue and then charge. Simply hit them with a counter skill in front and they will be staggered. Just keep in mind that the armor break mechanic does not apply to a counter attack. The Guardian also has a tail swipe attack, which will start by him lowering his tail, smashing it to the ground, and then swiping it behind him. This can be avoided by dodging out or using any move with super armor. He also has a basic claw attack, which will start with him banging the ground with his claw and then swiping with both of them. Whenever he hits the ground, simply dodge out or dodge around. You'll also want to keep an eye out for his tail thrusts and rolling jumps, but they are very easily avoidable. The Guardian also has a lightning barrage attack where they will bury their tail in the ground and then unleash a barrage of lightning strikes. These strikes will have an indicator on the ground where they will strike, so just make sure you're paying attention and bob and weave out of the way. You'll also be safe if you run far enough away. When empowered by the third electric charge from an earlier mechanic, he will place an electric field around him which will shock players. Armored NACRASENA can also bury into the ground and summon these smaller scorpions. You'll need to take them out fairly quickly, otherwise they will be surrounded by a lightning field which will deal damage to you and other players. Also be sure to dodge out of the way whenever NACRASENA resurfaces. Next, if you see the boss wind up its claws, be sure to dodge out of the way because it is performing a jump attack. This can be done up to twice in a row and will knock up players. However, if it's powered up by the electric charge mechanic from earlier, it will shock players for a few seconds. NACRASENA also has a draining breath attack, which has a small AoE which is easy to dodge, but it will result in a drain effect on your mana and energy. Avoid this move at all costs because it will result in a huge drop in DPS, as you will not be able to use some of your moves. If you see the boss back up like this, be sure to dodge to the side. It should be relatively easy. NACRASENA also has a basic lightning strike attack similar to Chromanium. If you see a white outline on the ground, just dodge away from it. If you don't dodge away, this will deal massive damage and could potentially kill you. And finally, Armored NACRASENA has a double lightning zap attack. He will target a player and then try to zap them twice. If you see him fling his tail back, he's about to zap, so just make sure that you're moving in a constant direction and you should be able to dodge it pretty easily. If you do not, you will take damage and then be paralyzed for a few seconds. For some additional tips, the first one's going to be to make sure to take care of your battle items. Make sure you're carrying a whirlwind grenade and a destruction bomb if you do not have enough stagger skills and weak point attacks. This boss especially requires you to use stagger skills, so whirlwind bombs definitely if you don't have enough stagger skills. Also, you want to make sure that you're staying on the move. Whether you're moving counterclockwise or clockwise, it really doesn't matter as long as you keep moving. This will allow you to easily dodge some of the moves that he'll throw out, including the lightning zap attack, which can paralyze both you and your friends. Other than that, just keep an eye on his tail and know the mechanics from earlier in the video and you should be good. If you learned something and enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Lost Ark content. For my regular viewers, I know that this is out of order from my usual Guardian raids, but we'll get right back to it next time. I just know that some players are hitting tier 3 and probably need some guides for the tougher bosses. So thank you guys again for watching. If you'd like to see more Lost Ark content, I went ahead and linked a playlist up in the top right. I've been OSK. Y'all have a great day. See you in the next video.